What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Honeypot, the newest betting show brought to you by 49ers Hive and MyBookie. Today, we'll be going over all of the wild card matchups. We got a great weekend of football ahead of us, and we're not going to waste any time getting into it. My name is Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Christian Dyer. Our X handles are on the screen, so make sure you go and follow us there. But without further ado, let's get right into this, Christian. Saturday afternoon, depending on where you're at, maybe morning, maybe late afternoon, we have the first of the AFC matchups, and the Cleveland Browns travel to Houston. The Houston Texans, in their first year of having C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, are hosting a playoff game, Christian. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Cleveland is favored by 1.5, and the over-under is at 44.5. How do you feel about this one?
I like Cleveland. You know, I'd love to see the Texans win, but I just like Cleveland just because defensively they're better. Yeah, I am worried about some of the injuries they have in their defensive backfield. That could be worrisome, and maybe the Texans could take advantage. But because the Texans are also injured at the receiving core, I'm not even sure who's going to play. Like, is Noah Brown going to play? Is Robert Woods going to play? So I like the Browns, and it's hard for me not to take the Browns knowing that they're probably going to run the ball well because we saw how well the Colts ran the ball against the Texans. If the Browns are running the ball that well, it's going to be really hard to stop Flacco. He's amazing with the play action, and I just feel like the Browns are going to ground and pound it and then hit, and then when they do throw, it's going to be play action. I think it might be stay close in the first half, and then the Browns will pull away. I think just their run game will be too much. So I fully like the Browns in this one. I'd love to see the Texans win, but I fully like the Browns in this one just because I think Flacco is going to be too much with a good run game. I think I just have to take Flacco in this one, and he's 11-4 against the spread in the playoffs.
Okay, I mean that's a long time ago. The Texans defense, but
True.
I guess we'll see how he looks this year. We got the injury report here. The only player ruled out for the Texans is Jerry Hughes, the defensive end. Noah Brown is here. He's questionable with the back injury. Robert Woods is also questionable with a hip injury. Will Anderson Jr. is questionable with an ankle injury. So they do have a pretty long questionable list when it comes to their injuries. But Cleveland also has a good amount of players out as well. Cedric Tillman, Dustin Hopkins, and then for questionable, Mike Ford, Denzel Ward, Juan Thornhill, and Pierre Strong. So they got a long list as well, on top of the players they're already missing. I don't know, man.
Isn't Delpit hurt?
He's on IR. Yeah, he got placed on IR.
Yeah, that
won't
sucks,
be activated.
Their safety. So, and then you have Ward who got hurt, and he's their best corner.
Yeah.
So, I feel like maybe that's what I'm saying. In the first half, maybe the Texans stay with him, but just I don't think they have enough to beat him. But I could be, it's hard to take the Texans in this.
I'm so tempted to take them. They just feel like they remind me of the Packers, who we'll get into a little later. But it's like they're so young, and they really don't know that they're not supposed to be here yet. They don't know. They're the young team that can really get in and mess up a bunch of other teams' chances. And the line, MyBookie, I misspoke earlier, they have it at 2 points favoring Cleveland. They're road favorites, which is very rare. Cleveland defense was historic, but it was also not that great when it was on the road. And Saturday afternoon, we do see them go on the road.
That is true.
So I'm tempted to say Houston pulls this one out.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? Who do you take in? What line do you like?
So what was the line? Is it
2? Cleveland by 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think Cleveland wins this game by 10 points or more.
Wow, really that bad?
It's just you got to think the Texans can't run the ball really well, and they are still playing a good defense. They're gonna have to pass the ball the whole time, dude. Myles Garrett's gonna feast. I love the Texans' offensive line. They have probably one of the better offensive lines. But in order for the Texans to win this game, Stroud's going to have to play out of his mind. for reals, he's going to have to play out of his mind.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have the best game of his career if they're going to beat him. The Browns even beat up, that defense is really good. And if the Texans had a better run game, then I'd be like, okay, well, they're going to be more balanced. That's going to help them really a lot in this game. And they're going to play a Cleveland offense that's really well balanced. It's just, I know the young thing, but it feels like the Browns are actually one of the best teams in the AFC in the playoffs right now. And even with the injuries, it's just hard not to pick them because there's just too many things missing. Like, I'd feel so much better about picking the Texans if Tank Dell was in, right?
Right, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, Noah Brown's 100% playing and Tank Dell's in there, right? Robert Woods is healthy. Then I'm like, okay, look out. Like, Texans are going to drop 30 points, right? It's going to be a race to whoever, who has the ball last. But they're so injured on offense and playing the best defense in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's hard. I kind of want to be wrong because I think it'd be awesome to see the Texans win a playoff game. And just imagine them winning a playoff game and then having that kind of, it's awesome. But and they could win it because they are at home, and that stadium is going to be loud. That's going to play to their advantage too. But I do feel that the only way that the Browns do lose is if they beat themselves in this game.
So I'm putting together right now, let me share the screen, a parlay for this game. And this is one I like. So far, it's a 4-leg parlay. I have CJ Stroud under 1.5 passing touchdowns. Amari Cooper over 77.5 receiving yards. If you remember, last time they played, he set a franchise record, over 200 receiving yards. I don't think he's going to go that crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nico Collins over 73.5 receiving yards. He went off in Week 18 against Indianapolis. And David Njoku, at least 1 touchdown. It's like Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Joe Flacco has resurged David Njoku's career and turned him into like a red zone threat. He's actually passing the ball to him. For some reason, Cleveland quarterbacks just didn't do that. 4-leg parlay plus 1,400.
I think the only thing I'd change is I do think I'd take the over on the 1.5 touchdowns. Stroud's going to have 2 touchdowns in this game.
I feel like one's going to be like rushing. I don't know. The Browns defense, passing defense. Then again, Ward is beat up. Delpit's beat up. We'll see how it ends up shaping out. But for now, he's a rookie, first playoff game going up against a historic defense.
Yeah.
I'll take the under just to be safe. And I'm going to put 25 on it. And that wins 375 plus 1,400 odds. So that's my parlay for this one.
Okay.
So it sounds like you're taking Cleveland. Is that?
Yeah, I'm taking Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm taking Cleveland. I'm taking Cleveland to cover. I feel comfortable enough. I don't even have to take them, money line. I'll take them to cover in this game.
Okay.
I still think this game's going to be exciting for most of the game. I just think towards the end, I think Cleveland starts to pull away.
Do you have a score in mind?
31-21.
Damn. Okay. I as much as I want to take Houston, I'm going to take Cleveland, and I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to like the last couple drives. Give me Cleveland 23-19.
Okay. So you got them to cover, but it's a lot closer. I see. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to come down to like Texans need a touchdown. CJ Stroud gets the ball. The Texans get the ball with like 1:30-something seconds left, and maybe they have a goal line stand. I don't know, but I think it's going to come down to the last drive.
I love it. Like they call it Super Wildcard Weekend for a reason, and last year didn't disappoint. And honestly, this year,
yeah,
dude, this is one of the best wildcard matchups we've had. Like that I can remember. I don't think I've been this excited to the start of the playoffs ever. And the Niners aren't even playing this week. Like
that's the best part.
Absolutely excited. Dude, I've just been telling everybody all week at work and stuff. Everybody I see like talking about like the Dolphins Chiefs game. I'm like, it's negative 30 degrees. I can't wait to watch that. Negative 30 degrees. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, we'll see what a difference not winning Week 18 made for the Dolphins. They go from South Beach, 60 degrees, maybe with a little chill, to negative 30 degrees in Kansas City. So tough luck for them. By the way,
I think it's funny everybody says tough luck for them, and I think if you look, I bet the money is on Kansas City in this game. I'm fully on the Dolphins in this game.
Well, okay, I didn't mean tough luck as far as they're not going to win.
Oh,
just
okay.
what a
I see.
difference that environment's going
Yeah.
to be. Not only are you on the road, but we're talking like a 90-degree temperature swing.
That's true. It's weird because I think it actually benefits them more than it does the Chiefs.
Wow.
But
Okay, well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that next. But last thing on this Texans Browns game, CJ Stroud, you'd have to go all the way back to find the last rookie quarterback to win his first playoff start. I'm just kidding. Just last year, Brock Purdy did it, baby. Brock Purdy did it. Let's get out of here. Let's do this. All right.
That's great.
Next game we have, you were alluding to it already, is Miami traveling to Kansas City. Miami couldn't take care of business Sunday night of the last regular season football game, football night, football week, what I'm talking about here, week 18. Now they have to travel to Kansas City, negative 30 degrees with this wind chill. It's like a state of emergency. I don't even know how people are going to this game. I saw tickets as low as $35 because nobody wants to go out there in the cold. You got to basically bring a wetsuit to be out there. The line right now is Kansas City minus 4.5. The over-under is 43. I saw the line open up at a point, and it was a point for all of 90 seconds before everybody was taking Kansas City. So it moved all the way up to 4.5. Christian, you kind of alluded to it earlier, though. You like Miami in this
game.
Dude,
I like Miami big time. I just, especially in this weather. Okay. Chiefs offense has not been good, right? They're not really a run team. They're not. Like, they haven't run the ball that well. Checo's okay, but obviously they still don't really run the ball much. They try to pass it. A game this cold, it's going to be really, really hard to pass the ball because the ball is going to be like a big ball. It's just going to be a big, concrete slab, right? It's heavy. It hurts. Not to mention that cold, your hands are pretty much stones. Like, it's so cold. It's like, you've heard the saying in football, stone hands.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to catch the ball for anybody in this game, I feel like, especially for the team that has the most drops in the league. So they're going to have to run the ball, which in turn, means the Dolphins are going to have to run the ball as well. Dolphins are one of the best running teams in the league. They have so many guys they can get the ball to, not just their running backs. If Waddle plays, so that they would have Waddle, Hill, Achane, and Mostert to get the ball to in different ways in the run game.
That's a big if, though.
I know
there's a lot of that injury report's long as hell.
But let's think about when you're dealing guys with speed and you're trying to tackle guys with speed, how often are the tackles wrap up tackles? Like, if you think about how often you wrap up a guy with speed,
very, very rarely. It's usually tripping him up, grabbing him by an ankle as you're falling and they're running away.
Exactly. What are you not going to do when it's negative 30 degrees outside? You're not going to arm tackle people. You're not going to be able to grab them because your hand. You can't. You have to wrap up to tackle in a game this cold. And that's why I think it benefits the Dolphins so much is their speed, dude. All they got to do is get going, and I don't really see how you tackle them. Like, it's so hard to tackle guys with speed with your body, and that's how you have to tackle in a game that's cold. You're not going to be able to get close enough to Tyreek if he gets the ball in any kind of space and you're trying to tackle him. Not to mention I just don't see how the Dolphins don't dominate the run game because their speed is going to benefit them. If I'm the Dolphins, I barely let Tua throw the ball. I would just run it, dude. Pound it with Jeff Wilson, pound it, right? Soften them up, boom, use that speed, and nobody's going to tackle those guys.
It sounds like you would take the under on Patrick Mahomes' pass attempts being 33.5. Or sorry, Tua is being 32.5.
Yes, the under completely, dude. He's not going to throw. It's not even going to come close to that. Yeah. If the Dolphins want to win, they already know they got to run the ball in this game. If I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm not letting Tua throw the ball. Not when it's this cold.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Luckily, his ability to throw the ball probably benefits his team more than the Chiefs because Tua throws a lot of floaters and it doesn't hurt when you try to catch it. You got a guy that try to fire it in there like, say, Mahomes. Dude, it's going to be like trying to catch a big rock, a big boulder.
So let me go down this injury report. it's not long because everybody's already on IR for the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
the Dolphins are beat up,
But
dude. But
they're without Xavier Howard, like their top. Well, I was gonna say their top corner. They do have Jalen Ramsey. I forget they have him. They're a top corner in the NFL. Xavier Howard's a very good player. He's out with a foot injury. Mostert, Waddle, Holland, and Elliott are all questionable. Mostert's dealing with the knee and an ankle injury. Waddle's dealing with an ankle injury. Holland's dealing with a knee injury. Deshaun Elliott's dealing with a calf injury. They're all questionable. These are huge, key players for the Miami Dolphins. If they can't make it, their chances of winning this game significantly drop. On the flip side, for Kansas City, they only have 2 players that are questionable, and it's Kadarius Toney and Justin Ross, both of their receivers. Tony's dealing with the hip and ankle injury, and Ross has a hamstring injury. So a lot of key players on both sides of this game could not play. We'll see who ends up going. Oh man, I'm really, really fighting my urge to accept the logic that Miami beat one team with the winning record this season, but at the same time, the Chiefs were not good against teams over 500 either.
The Chiefs have been awful, dude. The only way teams are gonna move the ball in this game, I'm telling you, is running the ball.
Yeah,
you can't. You're not. It's gonna be very hard to kick, dude. If I'm the kicker and the punter, I'm like, screw you. I don't want anything to do. Trying to kick that ball, dude. I can't imagine how much it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And I don't think I'm gonna be I'll be surprised to see if it travels far. It's gonna be very interesting to see what the ball looks like when they do kick it, because you got to think when the ball's that cold, it is freaking rock solid, dude. It is slick and it is heavy and it hurts. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be interesting because I don't think field goals are going to be. I think teams are going to have to score touchdowns to win this game. They're going to be going for 2, right? It's going to be. I think kicking is going to be not. I don't even think punts might not go very far. This game's going to be all about, a war of attrition. In that kind of cold, because it's going to be windy, right? So on top of that, it's windy and the wind's blowing back and forth on top of how cold it is. It's hard for me to see how either team does anything but run the ball. And that's, if you're going to just run the ball, you have to give the nod to the Dolphins.
Let me drop some stats on you. Against teams over 500 that they played, the Dolphins are averaging just a hair above 17 points per game offensively. The Chiefs are averaging just a hair over 18 points per game against teams over 500 they played. So they're neck and neck. But hear me out here. Dolphins are 0-10 in their last 10 cold weather games, losing by an average of 17 points. Now, I brought this up on the Ready Gold Standard podcast episode that we did with Mike Andrews. And Mike made a great point. He said, I remember last year, the end of January, they traveled to Buffalo and played in a historic snow game. They put up 30 points. So take it with a grain of salt. Yes, they lost that game, but they still played very well. And the cold weather did not seem to really impact them. When I'm in a toss-up like this, I'm tempted to go with the better quarterback and head coach combo. And as much as I love Mike McDaniel and I do like Tua, I think I got to take the Chiefs, man. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be like
whether it's in general an equalizer, but the weather that they're saying that's going to be at this game is an absolute anomaly. Like they're saying in the new era, this is going to be the coldest weather game in the history of the NFL, new era wise. Because I think the Ice Bowl was like way back when, right? And that was the coldest.
Yeah.
So in the new, this is one of the coldest games in history coming up. That's a whole different thing, dude. This game is a complete different equalizer. I mean, windy, I think they're saying it's like about -5, and then the wind chill could be 10 to 15, 20 miles an hour is going to cause it to be down between -20 to -30.
Yeah.
I don't care how good a quarterback you are. I don't think this game comes down to the quarterbacks. And I could end up being wrong, but it's just this game's going to be punch you in the mouth, run the ball. Good luck. See what happens. Back and forth war of attrition. Punts might not go very far. So it's just going to be
But
like
okay,
rugby,
so
it almost like rugby style, dude.
you saying that makes me think it's going to be a defensive fight. And where are the Dolphins the most beat up on? Defense.
I know, but it's just run game though. It's just who can run it, who can run it. It's like it's gonna be like rugby, dude. I have
This
a
is a
feeling,
game I could see being like 15-10.
dude. I'm thinking like 9-3.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
And I probably shouldn't even say, okay, let me take that back. 14-7, because I don't know if field goals are going to be kicked. So let me take it back. 8-6. 8-6.
Do we see a safety?
What? No, one team gets the 2-point conversion, the other team doesn't.
Hear me out here.
That or 16-12, 16-14.
7-5. 1 touchdown versus 1 field goal and 1 safety. That's what we're going to see. It's going to be this weird, ugly.
Dude, it's going to be so much fun, dude.
Defensive battle.
I love bad weather games. And the fact that we get to experience one of the worst weather games in history, I'm so excited. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I may not know what's going to happen, but I just have a feeling that it's going to be all about the run game.
Yeah.
And these running backs are going to have to do it. And it's like, I don't see how Kansas City wins it with their run game.
Yeah. So, all right. So you're taking Miami. I'll take Kansas City.
All right.
Let's move on to the next game. So that concludes Saturday. And then we move into Sunday morning for the last AFC game. This year was weird. The NFL decided to put all the AFC games and then all the NFC games. Usually they're kind of intertwined, but it is what it is.
But we get one AFC game to start Sunday.
Yeah. So this is the last one.
Oh, yeah.
AFC. Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Buffalo. The other end of Miami losing that Week 18 matchup that I just talked about is now Buffalo hosts a playoff game. And we were just talking about, the coldest game ever. This game is ridiculously
Dude,
cold.
this is going to be fun, too.
I'm saying 30-mile-an-hour winds.
50
mile-an-hour winds. I see the Bills putting out posts on X offering to pay fans $20 an hour with free food and drink to come shovel snow off the field.
Awesome, dude.
This is insane. I've never seen anything like this.
I love it. That's
why you are in upstate New York and you're a Bills fan. You better get your ass to the stadium right now. Imagine if you could put that on your resume. I worked for the Buffalo Bills. I worked for 49ers.
Dude, they're already lining up, dude. They're already lining up, dude.
Yeah.
The Bills Mafia. Oh, man, it's going to be possible snowing with 50-mile-an-hour winds, dude. Like, there's a chance it's going to be hard to even see the players, dude. If it's snowing and the wind's going, that snows like this over the camera.
So the Bills are favored by 9.5. I believe this line got all the way up to 10 or 11, and it's moved back down in the last couple of hours as we're recording here. And the over-under is at 33.5. Which is interesting because a similar weather game in Kansas City is at 43, but you do have 2 high-powered offenses. I don't think they think that highly of the Steelers offense. So therefore the over-under is about 10 points less. 9.5 favorites are the Bills, over-under 33.5. Christian, what do you see happening?
Just them giving the Bills this many points doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh,
you're giving 10. You're giving 10 points to a Steelers team coached by Mike Tomlin. Like, come on. Like, even if they don't win, they're going to be competitive. Yeah. 2, this game is all about the run game, right? It's going to be another game where, like, you definitely can't kick the ball. 50-mile-an-hour winds. What are you going to do? Aim at the pylon and then hope the wind hooks it into the goal through the goal, dude. Like the goalposts. It's all about running, right? So the Steelers are going to be competitive. They have a good run game. They have a pound. They have a freaking, ground and pound run game. They got Najee Harris, dude. He's up the middle, punch you in the mouth runner. Then they got Warren as a change of pace back. So if it's all about the run game, the Steelers can compete in this game. Then you got the Bills, right? They got Josh Allen that can run the ball. So he's built for this kind of weather. I actually like his ability to play in this game because he played at Wyoming, and Wyoming is known for their snow and wind.
Yep.
Yeah, the wind goes 30 miles an hour in it while it's snowing. So he's probably already played in games like this when he was in college. He's built for it. He's going to run the ball. Then you got Cook who's going to run the ball. So it's just going to be – it's crazy. It's going to be another game where it's possibly just running You're not going to see a lot of passes. Maybe Josh Allen will pass it because he's like, oh, 50-mile-an-hour wind. Watch this. I'm Superman with his freaking cannon for an arm. But Mason Rudolph's going to throw it, and it's going to be like, have you ever seen that meme of the turtle, the tortoises, and it's the sound the tortoise makes?
Yeah.
That's going to be when Rudolph throws the ball in that 50-mile-an-hour wind. So it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hear me out. Last year, I believe a game in Buffalo occurred that was snowy, that was crazy weather-wise. What did we see from the Bills offense? Do you remember?
They did not do well, yeah.
I believe they put up about 10 points.
Yeah, against Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati just ran right through them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about how this weather may impact Pittsburgh. But let's be honest, it's not like Pittsburgh's Miami. It's not like they're coming from South Beach. I mean, Pittsburgh is a cold weather team. They are the definition of punch you in the face. We don't care about the weather. We don't have cheerleaders to begin with. We're going to come out here and just roll right through you. Maybe we don't think about them that way anymore without TJ Watt. Maybe we don't think about them that way anymore with Mason Rudolph under center. But let's be honest, this offense kind of took a step forward when Mason Rudolph replaced Kenny Pickett. I agree with you, Christian. I think 10 points is a lot. I think it's too much. And even if Buffalo wins this game, I think Pittsburgh covers.
Yeah, I would take Pittsburgh to cover. I think this is an easy. You take the under and you take Pittsburgh to cover. In this game, I think that's an easy one right there. I would say last year I wouldn't base last year what the Bills did in the snow game to this year because there's a reason why they fired their offensive coordinator. He wouldn't run the ball. He was wasting Cook. He wasted Zach Moss when Zach Moss was there. You see what Zach Moss did with a little bit of chance he got to run the ball for the Colts, and he was fantastic.
Yep.
He was killing it when Taylor was gone. So
he was on pace for 1,000 yards, I believe.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, dude. And he was great in college. Yeah. He's the all-time leading rusher at the University of Utah.
Right.
So, I think once they promoted Joe Brady to the offensive coordinator, who's the coordinator now for the Bills, who's been running the ball, right? They beat the Cowboys. How many times did Josh Allen throw the ball? 7 times or 9 times.
Not much.
He was like 7 for 9 or something like that.
Under 100 yards, something like that.
So that's what's going to happen, because what were the Bills doing last year in that snow game? They kept passing the ball. That's not good. So I would completely discount that because we got 2 different offensive coordinators who have 2 different philosophies. Yeah. But this game is going to be a back and forth. I think the Bills are the better team. I think no TJ Watt is a huge deal, right? I think, TJ Watt's in there. You maybe feel a little bit better. This is a game that the Steelers can get an upset because of the weather is such an equalizer. That's why it's so easy to just take the Steelers. 10 points, dude, that's a give me.
Yeah.
That's just a give me. This game's not going to have a 10, the Bills aren't going to win by more than 10 points. So it's just not going to happen.
My bookie right now, I'm looking at the props. Passing yards, they have Josh Allen at 200.5 and Mason Rudolph at 145.5. Very low. They have passing completions, Josh Allen at 18.5 and Mason Rudolph at 15.5.
I feel like you take the under, dude. Dude, Mike Tomlin's not even going to let Rudolph throw the ball, dude.
I agree with you.
He will not let him throw the ball.
Pass attempts, Josh Allen 27.5, Mason Rudolph 24.5.
Unders.
On both, you think?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I guarantee, at least for the Steelers, you take the under, because it's going to be just run with the Steelers. You're going to see Pickens going to get the ball, and DeAndre Johnson's going to get the ball on handoffs.
Yeah.
Reverses what
they have James Cook at 66.5 rushing yards, Jaylen Warren 35.5. Get this. They have Josh Allen at 40.5. I think Josh Allen's going to run for more rushing yards than Jaylen Warren in this game.
I take the overs on all of them.
Let's do it, baby. 66.5, 35.5. Josh Allen, 40.5.
What about Najee?
60.5.
Over. He's going to have over
Okay.
100 yards.
Let's do it. And then carries. James Cook, 16.5. Jalen Warren,
Over.
7.5.
Over.
Josh Allen, 9.5.
Over.
Najee Harris, 16.5.
Over.
All right. We have an 11-leg parlay. Let me share my screen so you guys can see it. This is what a 50-mile-an-hour game looks like. We have Mason Rudolph under 15.5 pass completions. Josh Allen under 27.5 pass attempts. Mason Rudolph under 24.5 pass attempts. James Cook over 66.5 rushing yards. Jalen Warren over 33.5 rushing yards. Josh Allen over 40.5 rushing yards. And Najee Harris over 60.5 rushing yards. James Cook over 16.5 carries. Jalen Warren over 7.5 carries. Josh Allen over 9.5 carries. And Najee Harris over 16.5 carries. 11-leg parlay plus 21,725 bucks wins us $54.50. Let's do it, baby.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't see how do you throw the ball in 50-mile-an-hour winds?
I have no idea.
Dude, think about it, dude. Like, imagine being in your car going 50 miles an hour and trying to throw a football out of your car. What's going to happen? That ball is just going to go and
so
it's going to just hook this way.
Right. So, all right. Final, what are you taking? You're taking Pittsburgh to win, but Steelers to cover? Or sorry, Bills to win, but Steelers to cover?
Yes.
Okay. Over or under?
Under.
Okay. Give me I think I'll take the exact same. I think the Bills will win, will not be by 10 points, and it'll be kind of a low-scoring game. Something. I don't know. The over-under is at 33.5.
Oh, 33.
Maybe I'll take the over. Yeah.
Take the over.
Yeah.
And I'd say 20. Let's see. 22-16.
Okay. So I'm taking Steelers to cover over 33.5, and that's plus 269. So $25 wins you 67 and 33 cents.
Yep. I'm going to go my final score 22-16 Bills.
Okay. All right. We are halfway through the wild card weekend. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. If you like this video, copy the link, share it on social media. It helps more than you think. We appreciate everybody tuning in. All right. That's the AFC. Let's get to the NFC. So the first NFC matchup we have, this is a story of returns, and Mike McCarthy has his old team returning to him as the Dallas Cowboys host the Green Bay Packers. You have the youngest team to make the playoffs either or 50 years. I forget what the stat was. And the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love has turned into a good quarterback over the second half of the season. He did not stay as a pumpkin. He turned into a beautiful Prince Charming. The Cowboys are favored by 7, and the over-under is at 50.5. Christian, do you know the last time the Cowboys lost at home?
To the 49ers in playoffs, right?
Jimmy Garoppolo led 49ers in the 2021 playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't wait to give that game away. Luckily, I didn't let him. What do you like in this game?
See, doesn't it feel like this game turns into a shootout?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Dallas's defense is so overrated. Stephon Gilmore, I think, might not play, and if he does, he's not due to the shoulder injury as a corner. That doesn't bode well, even if he is playing. Deron Bland's obviously good at jumping routes and stuff, but he can get burnt. Dude, I'm kind of okay taking the Cowboys, maybe 7, but I don't know. I feel like I want to take Green Bay to cover because this game's either going to be close and it's going to come down to the last drive, or it's going to be somehow Dallas blows them out. But I don't see Dallas blowing them out. There's so much pressure on Dallas, right? Yeah. So much pressure on the team, so much pressure on McCarthy. I feel like I want to take Green Bay to cover. I think Dallas might win, but I want to take Green Bay to cover. But I feel like this is the upset, the big upset of the weekend is this game.
You son of a bitch. You took the words out of my mouth. Give me Green Bay money line, dude. I'm taking Green Bay money line. I like them. Look, I talked about it with Houston earlier. they're so young. They don't know what they don't know. Like, they're
Mhm.
not supposed to be here. They don't care. They're here. They've really turned it on over the second half of the season. I've been very impressed with Jordan Love. I didn't think we're talking first half of the year. I'm thinking, okay, the Packers got to find themselves a quarterback. This kid can't do it. Boy, did he prove me wrong. He was making some throws that really impressed me. I mean, falling back, leaning back, and hitting a receiver in the middle of the field, from 30, 40 yards away, put it on a dot. So Jordan Love can play. I think the Cowboys maybe are in for a little more than they can chew. I really do think that the Packers could be the worst matchup for them in this wild card weekend that they could have had at them or the Rams, however that would have shaped out. I think Green Bay upsets them, and I really like their chances here. 7 points. I understand they haven't lost in like 16 games. I don't care. None of that matters comes playoffs. Mike McCarthy is a doofus, and it's rumored that his job's on the line, and they could easily replace him with Bill Belichick.
Remember, this is one of those offenses Dallas struggles against, right?
Yep.
It's an offense similar to what we run that they struggled against. Aaron Jones has hit his stride, right? He's had, 3 straight games with 100 yards rushing?
Yep.
He's from Texas. He wanted to be drafted by the Cowboys. Every time he's played the Cowboys, he's played his best game. Dude, he might dominate in the run game. And if the run game's working for Green Bay and you get the play action for Jordan Love and he gets some time to stand back there and pick you apart, man, dude, this could be a shootout.
Yep. I agree with you. And the only thing that gives me a little pause is Green Bay, Jair Alexander, A.J. Dillon, and Christian Watson. Alexander and Watson are questionable. Dillon is doubtful. But I still think even if the three of them somehow don't make it, Green Bay can pull this off. I really do think that their offense has been top tier over the last month. Now check out this parlay I put together.
Okay.
Let me share my screen here. It is a 5-leg parlay. CeeDee Lamb, touchdown. Dontavian Wicks, touchdown. Aaron Jones, over 73.5 rushing yards.
Love it, dude. 100% he's going to hit over that.
91 receiving yards. And Brandon Cooks, 32 receiving yards.
I like it.
And that's plus 2,300, $25 wins you $600.
Dude, honestly, I feel like it's a really, really good safe bet for what it could win you with $25.
Might have to refresh it. Sometimes the odds change. But I love that it's a 5-leg parlay. So I'm hitting it. I'm going to put it in right now, and we're going to make some money. So
I like that one.
Who do you got on this one, Christian? It sounds like you're leaning towards Dallas.
See, I want to pick Dallas because they haven't lost at home. They average 40 points at home. It just feels like that they're. I don't know. It just feels like it just feels like they're gonna lose. You know what? Give me Green Bay, dude. Give me Green Bay to cover.
Let's go.
You know what? Just give me Green Bay, dude. I want to pick Dallas, but I'm like, dude, all the pressure. How many times do they come out and look mentally weak? Nothing to lose on the Packers. They're playing with house money at this point.
Just like Houston. Nobody expected them to be there.
Just one of these young teams got to win, and I really like Green Bay's chance.
I agree with you.
Just for them to come to Santa Clara and get
final score. What do you think?
If I'm going to pick Green Bay, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna do it as Jordan Love has the ball in the 2-minute drill. He goes and scores a game-winning touchdown. Down 4. I'm gonna go. They're down 31-28.
You're reading my mind, dude. I had 31-30.
Dude, I like it, dude. Hell yeah, dude. 31-30.
Last second touchdown. He gets the job done. CJ Stroud couldn't. Jordan Love does.
Dude, but you know how they score?
How?
From the 15-yard line, he hits freaking Aaron Jones on a screen, and Aaron Jones takes it in.
Damn. All right. Couldn't write a better story than
Aaron
that.
Jones. Aaron Jones is the freaking the MVP of that game. Beats his childhood team.
Yep. Should have drafted him. Sorry.
Yep.
All right. The next game, another version of returns, right? we saw Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff swap teams. Matthew Stafford, it was kind of viewed as jumping off a sinking ship, where Jared Goff, it's kind of like, I'm done playing with you. I don't think you're going to give me what I want. Have fun in Detroit. Well, Detroit castaways turned into this kind of NFC juggernaut. Whether they go all the way, who knows? But they've won the division for the first time in 3 decades. And Matthew Stafford did win a Super Bowl with the Rams a couple years ago, and they're back here. Nobody thought they'd be anywhere close. They won 10 games this year with rookie sensations Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and now they have to travel back to Detroit. And for some reason, people are calling this a Matthew Stafford revenge game. You got it completely wrong. It's a Jared Goff revenge game. And right now, the Lions are favored by 3 points. The over-under is 51.5.
I can't believe they're only favored by 3, too.
What do you think?
I think the Lions are gonna kick their ass, dude.
Thank you. I agree with you 100%.
I give it to the Rams, but honestly, that screw job against Dallas is the best thing that could happen to the Lions. Dude, they're going to be playing angry.
Yeah.
And I mean, they play off the emotions of their head coach.
Do we not remember what happened 2 weeks ago where the Rams should have lost to the Giants? I mean, was it a missed kick or whatever it was? It got down to the last second with Tyrod Taylor driving them down the field.
Yeah.
And a game that mattered for the Rams.
Mason Crosby
Mason Crosby just missed the kick. And the Niners didn't care because the Cardinals, or fans, I should say, didn't care because the Cardinals just upset the Eagles. So we were like, we got the 1 seed as it is, maybe we don't care. But that would have helped the Niners even more. Maybe the Rams don't make the playoffs. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they're going to just be playing so angry. It's that they're playing at home. That freaking crowd is going to be absolutely wild. It's their first home playoff game in 30 years.
30 years.
My whole life.
Neither
of us have experienced them having a home playoff game. We've never experienced them winning their division until now in our lifetime. I'm not picking against the Lions in this game. I'm just not. They're going to play amazing. I mean, they're going to run the ball. And you can run the ball against the Rams.
Yeah.
You can run the ball. And if you can run the ball, Jared Goff's going to destroy you.
So not having Sam Laporta gives me concern, and the Lions defense gives me concern. But Matthew Stafford's going to put the ball out there. He's going to turn it over. You know he will. The pressure's on him. I think this is the one matchup Sean McVay wanted to avoid, and beating the 49ers in a meaningless game put them here. I mean, they could have been traveling to Dallas, but instead they're traveling to Detroit. I think this is a Detroit win, 31-20.
I like it.
I think they cover. I think Detroit handles business. I think Dan Campbell proves he's not a fluke. He's not just a good story. He's a good coach. He's a damn good coach. You didn't want Jared Goff? I'll take him, and I'll win a playoff game. I'll beat you with Jared Goff. I think that's what we see Sunday evening.
I say 34-17.
Oh, even bigger.
Hutchinson's going to have a strip sack.
Okay, I like that.
I just think if he's able to get to Stafford can't move. Yeah. Like, I know Stafford can destroy it, but I trust me, the Lions are going to find a way to disrupt him. Yep. They're based off their coach, and they're going to be playing with so much emotion and so much anger. And just they're going to be ready to play. I don't see the Lions losing this, and I don't think them letting them make this game close.
Yeah,
they're so much far and above a better team than the Rams.
And I think they hear all of the noise of everybody taking the Rams. I know the Lions are favored, but if you listen to any NFL analyst, any show, any podcast, this is like the one game that they're like, oh no, give me the Rams. Give me the Rams. Rams are going to upset. Rams are going to upset.
You know how the Rams are not going to win? Because Nick Wright's dumbass picked the Rams.
Nick wrong.
That guy needs to stick to basketball. That's his number one sport. When it comes to football, he has a
Chiefs
he's a moron.
tattoo.
He's a moron.
2024 Super Bowl winners. All right, here's this parlay for me. I have a 6-leg parlay. Christian, what do you think? Aiden Hutchinson sack, Aaron Donald sack, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 78 receiving yards. Puka Nacua, 67 receiving yards. Kyron Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs each score a touchdown.
I like it.
Plus 2,500, $25 wins you $650. MyBookie.ag, promo code Hive. Go take advantage right now, guys. All right, Christian. We both took the Lions kind of in convincing fashion. Now, this game, the last NFC playoff game of Wildcard, Super Wildcard weekend, both of these teams are kind of falling ass backwards into the playoffs. One is stumbling, completely free-falling down a flight of stairs, falling front over end, and the other maybe just kind of tripped a little bit. But the Philadelphia Eagles, who were once 10-1, travel to the division winner, Tampa Bay Bucks, who just barely squeaked out a win against Carolina last week, 9-3 or whatever the hell the score.
9-0.
9-0. Let me tell you the line. The Eagles, who just got whooped by the Giants 24-0 before they pulled starters, are favored by 3 points, and the over-under is 43.5. Hit me.
You probably take the under here.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's hard. I don't know if you take that one. I almost know if I want to stay away from it. It is hard, but I just don't know how you pick the Eagles here. Hurts has a dislocated finger on his throwing hand. He literally has not thrown the ball all week in practice.
AJ Brown looked like he tore his ACL.
Yeah,
apparently it's intact. He's just
Devontae Smith might not play. He's still injured with, I think, a hamstring.
Yep.
I mean, they're all out of sorts. They're not running the ball, and their defense can't stop a wet napkin.
No.
As bad as the Bucs offense has looked in the last few weeks, they'll figure it out against that defense because that defense is bad.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I am all over the Bucs this game. I almost cannot see a way the Eagles win this game.
How, dude? Are you going to put Marcus Mariota in there?
They may have a better chance.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Eagles and Dallas lose this weekend? Because there's a chance. Wouldn't they?
Beautiful.
Do they both fire their coach and it's a dog race to get Bill Belichick?
or Harbaugh?
Or Harbaugh.
It would be insane. There are rumors that if Sirianni gets embarrassed Monday night, he could be out.
You know who I'm. You know, if I'm the Eagles and I'm firing him, you know who I bring in? I just bring in Vrabel, dude, straight up.
Agreed, 100%.
I wouldn't even worry about
Vrabel.
Give me Vrabel. Vrabel in Philly is perfect.
What did he look? What he did with Tennessee? He turned it into kind of a laughing stock of the league. He had 1 or 2 years where they were the first seed in the AFC.
Dude, he took them all the way to an AFC championship with Tannehill as his quarterback.
And he should have won. He should have won that championship game.
They were up 21 points. They were up 21 points at one point.
Since I am all on the Bucs, check out this parlay here.
Let's do it.
It is a 6-leg parlay. I have Rachaad White touchdown. I have Mike Evans touchdown. I have Mike Evans 59 receiving yards. Cade Otton 14 receiving yards. And Mike Evans 4 receptions. Baker Mayfield over 237.5 passing yards.
Yep, I'll take it.
Plus 825, 6-leg parlay, $25 wins you 231 and 25 cents. It's look, I think the Eagles get embarrassed. I really do. They talked so much shit.
Yes, they did.
All season, all year. Oh, the refs gave away our Super Bowl. We should have won that game. Yada yada yada. Just they are the second team in NFL history to start out 10-1 and not reach 12 wins.
It's crazy.
They were 1-5 over the last 6. Embarrassing. Just absolutely embarrassing. By the way, go check out the latest episode of the Renegade Standard podcast about an hour in. I gave you my impression of Jalen Hurts after they lose on Monday night. I'm tired of this man speaking in Instagram captions, so you guys got to go check that out. It was my best effort.
He's like trying to be Bill Belichick up there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know,
No,
dude.
it's getting old.
I don't get it.
Old.
I don't get it. He's a smart guy. He's a good leader.
Yeah,
so
no, he seems like an authentic dude. It's just that's
Yeah.
not you. What we see on the
honestly,
the
dude,
press
I
conference.
just think that team's all out of sorts, dude. I don't think they have.
Do you see AJ Brown deleted everything? Deleted
I wonder if
social
that
media?
has to do with the fans, dude, because these Eagle fans are gross.
It could be.
I
It
don't
very
know.
well could be. But
I mean,
you
if
can't
I'm
tell me
AJ
that
Brown,
makes want to play well.
I know. If I'm AJ Brown, get me out of there. So I get it.
All right. So it sounds like we both like Tampa.
Yep. Give me Tampa.
Do you have a score prediction in mind?
24-10.
Okay. I like that a lot. I was thinking 23-14.
Okay.
So the over-under on that is 43. So it sounds like we both like the under, and we like Tampa to cover because they're only favored. Or excuse me, they're not favored. Philly's favored by 3. So I'm going to place a bet right now. Tampa to cover and under 43.5. That's plus 260 odds. Okay. So that 25 pays out $65.
It's not bad.
Christian, super wild card weekend.
Dude, let's go, dude.
Concluded. We will see you guys again to preview the divisional round where the real fun starts, and the 49ers will take on. We'll see who. Do you have a prediction? You think they'll take on the Green Bay Packers?
I think it's Green. It's not right. It's going to be.
Yep. They'll be the
Niners and Green Bay. Then it'll be Bucks, Lions. Then we'll have Browns, Bills, and Ravens, Dolphins.
Okay,
that's what I got.
Let's see it. This is a fantastic week, and guys, thank you very much. I know this show didn't cover the whole season. We kind of started the third quarter of the season, but we appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Hit like, hit subscribe. Like I said, copy the link, share it to social media. It helps more than you know. Our handles for X are on the screen. Christian, thank you again. Appreciate you always being here.
I love doing this.
It's fantastic. It's a great show. We love bringing it to you guys. Make sure you share it. MyBookie.AG, promo code Hive, so you can join in on the fun and place these bets. But we will see you guys after Super Wildcard Weekend previewing the divisional round. Good luck, everyone, and happy betting. Take care.